Hey, I know this isn't the kind of conversation you wanted to have today, but we've got to face it. 2024 was tough, real tough. And if you're a die-hard Cowboys fan like me, you probably felt the weight of every loss, every missed opportunity, and every headline that questioned whether this team is still built to win. Let's be real. We came into 2024 with hope. The roster had talent, expectations were sky high, and yet, here we are, watching the Cowboys fall short again when it mattered most. It wasn't just another early playoff exit. It was a complete unraveling of confidence, direction, and identity. The same issues that have haunted us for years showed up again. And because of all that, the Cowboys find themselves holding the 12th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the highest we've drafted since 2021. That alone says a lot, doesn't it? For a franchise that's used to picking in the mid to late 20s, being at number 12 is a sign that something's broken. And with every passing season, the pressure gets heavier. Pressure on McCarthy, on Dak, on the Jones family, and yeah, on us fans too. We keep showing up week after week hoping for the turnaround. Now, the big question becomes, what do you do with that kind of pick? You don't land at 12 and play it safe. You make a move, you take a risk, you try to change the direction of the franchise. And honestly, that's exactly what the Cowboys did in this mock draft we're about to break down. But before we get into the pick, I want to hear from you. What was the most frustrating moment of the 2024 season for you? Was it a specific game, a coaching decision, or maybe just the overall lack of fight down the stretch? Drop it in the comments. I'll be reading. And hey, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 13,000 subscribers, and your support means the world to this growing Cowboys community. All right, now that we've faced the reality, let's talk about the decision the Cowboys made at pick number 12. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear this. All right, let's dive into what really got fans talking. The Cowboys move at number 12 in the Bleacher Report content creator mock draft. And man, it was a bold one. With several intriguing names still on the board, Dallas went ahead and selected wide receiver Matthew Golden, a name that might not have been on everyone's radar, but definitely made waves in this mock. Now, if you've been following college ball, you might already recognize the name. Golden made serious noise at Texas. That's right. He's staying in-state, going from Austin to Dallas. And honestly, that just feels like a classic Jerry Jones move. The kind of flashy, attention-grabbing pick that screams big play potential. Let's talk numbers for a second. Golden had 54 receptions, just under 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns in his final college season. Not bad, especially when you factor in the kind of vertical threat he brings to the field. The guy clocked a blazing 4.29 in the 40-yard dash. And while some analysts question if that speed truly shows up on game day, there's no denying he's electric with the ball in his hands. He's not the biggest wideout, standing at 5'11" and around 191 pounds, but he made big play after big play at Texas. And here's the thing. The Cowboys haven't had a reliable WR2 since they traded away Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb's been carrying this offense solo for too long, and if this team really wants to help Dak Prescott succeed, they had to bring in another weapon. Golden's a bit of a projection, sure, but the ceiling? It's high. You're talking about a guy who can stretch defenses, create separation, and possibly grow into a true difference maker. He may not be Teteroa McMillan or Malik Neighbors, but if the fit is right, he could thrive alongside Lamb in this Cowboys system. So now I've got to ask, had you heard of Matthew Golden before this pick? Do you think he fits the Cowboys' identity and what we need on offense? Hit the comments and let me know. And hey, if you're liking the breakdown so far, show some love with a like. It helps the channel more than you know. Now let's flip the script and see what our NFC East rivals had to say about this pick. And trust me, their takes might surprise you. Okay, now things get even more interesting. You know how division rivalries work, especially in the NFC East. There's no love lost between the Cowboys and teams like the Commanders, Giants, and Eagles. So when Dallas makes a move like drafting Matthew Golden at number 12, you know the reactions are going to be strong. But here's the twist. They actually liked the pick. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. Let's start with the Commanders' side. One analyst based in Austin, Texas, who's been following Golden up close, didn't even try to hide his admiration. He said Golden was the guy to watch even back in November, and that he preferred him over Isaiah Bond, another highly touted prospect. And despite the division rivalry, he admitted this was the right kind of risk for Dallas. Bold but necessary, especially with the receiver class being top-heavy this year. Then came the Giants' take. While they didn't place Golden in the same tier as Malik Neighbors or Tatiroa McMillan, they did appreciate the logic behind the pick. One analyst pointed out that CeeDee Lamb spends a lot of his time in the slot, which makes it all the more crucial to bring in an outside threat. He called Golden's route running crispy, which, let's be honest, is exactly what you want to hear about a young WR trying to carve out a role next to a superstar like Lamb. Now, the Eagles' perspective brought it all home. They described the Cowboys as being in a strange place, struggling to find their offensive identity. But they also acknowledged that maybe, just maybe, this pick signals a shift, a reset, a return to the kind of balanced offense that once made Dallas one of the most feared teams in the league. So here's my question to you. Do you think these rival analysts were being genuine with their praise, or were they just trying to play mind games? I've got a poll up. Go vote, and let's see where you stand. And hit the comments. If you had the 12th pick, which wide receiver would you have taken instead of Golden? Let's get that debate going. All right, with the pick on the table and the rivals reacting, let's zoom in on one of the biggest implications of all this. What this move means for Dak Prescott and the closing window of opportunity in Dallas. Now let's get real for a minute, because this next part isn't just about stats or draft picks. It's about time. Specifically, how much of it Dak Prescott actually has left to prove he's the guy in Dallas. Let's be honest, partner. Ever since Amari Cooper was traded, the Cowboys' offense hasn't felt the same. CeeDee Lamb has done everything he can, and then some. But without a legitimate WR2 to pull coverage away and open up space, this unit has looked limited, predictable. And for a quarterback like Dak, who thrives when he's got rhythm and trust in his weapons, that's a huge issue. That's why this pick matters more than just adding another receiver. Matthew Golden isn't just a new target. He represents a final push to give Dak everything he needs. If Golden can become that reliable second option, stretch defenses, and win those one-on-one matchups, everything opens up for this offense again. But make no mistake, this isn't just about Golden's potential. This is about urgency. Because whether you believe in Dak or not, there's no denying the window is closing. The Cowboys can't afford to keep rolling the dice and hoping it all clicks. The time to act is now, and that's where you come in. Do you still believe Dak is the future of the Dallas Cowboys? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, no sugarcoating. I want to hear what you really think. Also, take a second and vote in the poll I posted. Is Matthew Golden the piece Dak has been missing all along? Let's see where the fan base stands on this one. So, with the pressure building and the clock ticking, it all comes down to this. Was drafting Matthew Golden a bold step toward greatness, or just another risky gamble? Stick with me, because we're about to break it all down in our final verdict. All right. We've laid out the whole picture. The struggles of 2024, the logic behind the pick, the division rivals weighing in, and the pressure mounting on Dak Prescott. Now comes the big question. Was drafting Matthew Golden at number 12 a smart move, or a gamble that could backfire? Let's start with the facts. Golden has speed, no question about it. That 4.9 40-yard dash is eye-popping, even if some analysts think it might be a bit inflated. He's explosive, a proven playmaker at Texas, And he's got that swagger that Jerry Jones seems to love. On paper, he checks a lot of boxes. But here's the flip side. This pick is based heavily on projection. Golden didn't truly break out until Isaiah Bond was out of the lineup. And while he finished with solid stats, just under 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns, some scouts wonder if he can consistently separate at the next level or handle physical corners on the outside. He's not a polished WR1, at least not yet. So it really comes down to this. Did the Cowboys' draft for need reach too high or find a gem that others overlooked? That's the heart of the debate. And let's be real, this franchise has had its share of both hits and misses on draft night. Now I want to pass the mic to you. Give your final verdict. Drop a comment with a rating from 1 to 10. How confident are you in the Matthew Golden pick? Was it a risk, an overreach, or the spark this offense has been missing? And hey, if you've been riding with me through this breakdown, do me that favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We're on the road to 13,000 subscribers, and every single one counts. Share this video with that one Cowboys fan in your group chat, and let's grow this community together. This might have been just a mock draft, but the conversation is real, and the future in Dallas, it's wide open. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep the faith and go Cowboys.